Hello, show family, and happy October. We have finally reached one of my favorite times of the year. The weather's finally getting cooler. We have pumpkin spice everything. Yes, I'm that person. I love the pumpkin spice coffee, the pumpkin spice candle, and everything else that's associated with October. This month, the subject that I wanted to talk about is going to be how to start establishing your credit. So this may be for the young adult in your life, or you may be the young adult, and you're just wondering, where do I get started? How do I get started? So let's talk about how to start establishing your credit. So it's time, right? You're getting launched into the real world and everyone's talking to you about credit and you're hearing all these ads everywhere. But what does that mean? Why do you need it? And how do you get started? So unless you have cash saved up for the rest of your life to buy every car, every house, you're gonna need a credit score and a credit report. So I think a misconception that's out there is until it's time to buy that first car or to buy your first home, you don't need to worry about getting a credit report built yet because you're not looking to make a big ticket item. However, you're selling yourself short if you're waiting till that moment in life. What you want to do is get started as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and start building that credit report, building that file. That way when it is time for those purchases, you're doing yourself the favor of putting all the work in beforehand to get your score as high as possible to get you the lowest rates out there. So now we've talked about why it's important, but what is a credit score? What is a credit report? And how do we get one? So credit 101, we have to actually get some type of loan to get started. So whether you take out a credit card with us or maybe a personal loan with us, you now have a trade line being reported to the credit bureaus, which again, you can't actually start building a credit file without this. So now that it's being reported, you're getting a credit report. And once that trade line has seasoned at least 6 months, you then will have a credit score. So just so you are aware, it does take 6 months of that activity for the score to actually generate. A lot of times we may have somebody come in and it might be a month after they've had their credit card and they're ready to know what their credit score is. But it doesn't happen quite that quickly, not your first trade line. And again, that's why we say the sooner you get started, the better. So now we have a credit report and a credit score. So again, we just have to get a trade line open and reported 6 months for us to go ahead and get both of those started. Okay, so now we've talked about why we need it, what it is, but how do you get it? How can we help you get started? So there's 2 products that I feel are gonna be best to get started, and that's gonna be either a personal loan or a credit card, or possibly both. So with both of these products, we offer it either secured or unsecured. As far as how it's going to help your credit, it's going to be the same. Whether you have it secured by your own money or it's unsecured, it's still going to help you get that credit profile started. And once you sit down with your loan officer, we'll be able to go over what option's going to be best for you. So let's talk specifically now on just a credit card. On a credit card, I love this trade line because it's a revolving trade line that can sit there for years and years, and you're gonna constantly be getting credit for having it there and making your payments and using this card. But if you were to turn around, take a credit card, max it out, you could actually substantially be hurting your credit score. So another huge factor that builds up your score is your utilization, how much you owe. So what we're here to do is coach you on how to use this card correctly. If we give you a $500 limit, you don't want to go max it out and put $500 on it right away, because then you're just doing a disservice. Like we talked about, we want to get everything stacked in your favor, that we're getting your score as high as possible for whenever it is time for those larger items in life. So let us coach you through the steps on using this to where it actually benefits you. So now on the other hand, we also have a personal loan. I love personal loans because this is one that doesn't have the same factor as far as the utilization, because it's a set amount, it's a fixed rate. So when we give you a personal loan, if it's $500, you get $500 in your account. And then you're good to use as needed. You can use this for vacation, maybe a gift you've been wanting to get yourself, or you can even just let it sit there and use it to pay itself back, because you're literally just trying to build credit with this loan. It's whatever's best for your situation. The only difference here is there is an end date on a personal loan. So versus the revolving that's just constantly seasoning and years that it'll be a trade line there on your credit report, this one will end. Your personal loan's going to be maybe 12 months, and then now that trade line's fallen off to a closed account. So that's the only difference. However, it does still help you with getting that credit report started. So I did mention maybe you could do both. So maybe you're ready to come in and do a personal loan and a credit card. Maybe we do 500 on each or 1,000 on each, whatever is going to be best for you to get you started. Now, you've got a mixture of credit going, you have a revolving that'll be there forever, plus you have an installment loan. So you're 3 steps ahead of the game. All of these are positives on building a credit report. So get your loan officer. This person can help you with both products or one product. Put a game plan in. Maybe we have a 6 to 9 month game plan for you and you know you're ready to buy your auto at that time. We're gonna help you get a score generated, get a credit report generated, that when it's time you're ready to go and you're gonna be able to look at favorable interest rates because your score is there, it is higher. Now, one thing before we're done, I can't have an entire video about getting credit started without saying the most important thing on any trade line you take out, no matter if it's your first one or your 100th one, is you have to pay it on time. You know, I never want you to miss a payment for I forgot, because I promise you what that does to your credit, it takes quite a bit of time to get back up there. So if you don't take anything else from this, you need to make your payments on time. I hope these tips were beneficial. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. We're here to help you, whatever the question may be. And of course, applying is always made easy. You can apply online, over the phone, through our mobile app, or of course at any of our 11 locations. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.